like with the Tahoe. Took the intake off. Here's the intake. Because the oil leaks pretty bad. Have my soap machine connected to a battery right there. And I put bolts in all the spots where the intake bolts were. Because if you take these out, I'll show you. Take one of these out, it's connected right to the crankcase. So I wouldn't be able to build pressure then. See? And now we got full flow. So I just screwed these bolts in. I picked the long ones to try to stop it from leaking so I wouldn't have to put any RTV in. It's doing a pretty good job. I'm sure they're not perfectly tight because I'll see some smoke. You can see how low we drop. I think we get down around 32. But I came back here because I wanted to see if it was leaking back here. And it didn't look that fresh. It didn't look that fresh when I look back here with the intake on, but that looks pretty wet. So I'm wondering if it's leaking here and running down the back. So I guess what I'll do is I'll replace the O-ring on the cam sensor, and wondering if I should replace that oil pressure sensor because of how wet it is. I guess I'll think about it. I'll talk to the customer, see what they want to do. It's either this or it's the rear main seal that's leaking because it's coming out of the bell housing. The fact that it's pretty wet back here makes me believe that it's coming from up here. Guys, I'm trying everything here. I got the soap machine on. I got soapy water sprayed all around. Sprayed a lot of soapy water. I'm not even seeing any bubbles. Sprayed all around. Lower gasket, the sensors. I cleaned everything first. You can see all the metal. Like, I don't see anything bubbling. The only spots I see smoke coming out of are like these bolt holes. Camera's probably not picking up because there's not a lot of smoke. But is this enough to condemn a rear main seal? I don't know if maybe I should pressurize the crankcase a little bit. To like maybe 5 psi or something. I'll have to think about it a little bit. Then I'll come back. Oh, another thing that I've tried is I put my relay bypass kit here on the starter wire, and then move this, and then I just turn this on and just let the engine crank for a little bit, see if any oil came out. And I don't see any leaks when I do that. So, not sure what to do. I also tried putting a bore scope up behind the trans. I couldn't see anything there. No, I didn't take this. I not unplugged the sensor, so it looks pretty dry in there. It's not filled with oil. I don't see anything leaking around the outside of it. Yeah, so this is where I'm at. I pulled the valley cover, even though it didn't really look like it was leaking from here. Placed the gasket and pulled the cam sensor out. That didn't look like it was leaking. And the oil pressure sender. Now there is some on the side here, but didn't look like it was leaking when I cranked it. And I cleaned up all the valley mating surfaces, so put this bag on, and if it leaks I'll be able to see if it's leaking from up here, and if not, then I'm pulling the trans. Cover installed with, well, not new cover, but I got the new gasket installed in it. And that cover bolted down. It's not torqued yet, but I did clean the mating surface for the crush washer and the crush washer on the oil pressure sensor. And it's really, really clean back here. I made sure to clean right where it mates. I did the same thing with the cam sensor. It's all nice. You can see how shiny it is. And I made sure the O-ring was in really good shape and it fits really tight. This sensor was a little loose. Well, not loose, but didn't take much force at all to break it free. So I'm going to get all this stuff torqued down, and then we'll see if anything leaks. But at least now we got a really clean surface to go off of. Because you never know if somebody else had fixed something that was leaking on here and never cleaned anything up. Or we could be chasing a couple leaks. But we'll see what happens. Go back together. And gonna start it up after I wipe off the back of the motor so that I can see where it's leaking from. Or if we fixed it. See this, but it's still dripping. I wiped all this off. But it has to be the rear main seal. Since everything's clean up here, see if I can show you guys that. Let's see if I can put the camera back there. There you go, it's completely dry back there. So the only place it could be leaking from is the rear main seal, since the cam O-ring and the oil pressure sensor is completely dry, and so is the valley cover now.